Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The central meaning or theme of a speech or literary work. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. A toiletry that emits and diffuses a fragrant odor. Any substance possessing to a high degree the predominant properties of a plant or drug or other natural product from which it is extracted. Weight down with a load. The central meaning or theme of a speech or literary work. Weight to be borne or conveyed. An onerous or difficult concern. The burden of responsibility. Impose a task upon, assign a responsibility to. The central idea that is expanded in a document or discourse. Computer science. A tiny ferrite toroid formerly used in a random access memory to store one bit of data, now superseded by semiconductor memories. Each core has 3 wires passing through it, providing the means to select and detect the contents of each bit. A small group of indispensable persons or things. 5 periodicals make up the core of their publishing program. The central meaning or theme of a speech or literary work. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. An organization founded by James Leonard Farmer in 1942 to work for racial equality. A bar of magnetic material, as soft iron, that passes through a coil and serves to increase the inductance of the coil. A cylindrical sample of soil or rock obtained with a hollow drill. Remove the core or center from. Core an apple. The center of an object. The ball has a titanium core. The central part of the Earth. The chamber of a nuclear reactor containing the fissile material where the reaction takes place. A phenomenon that follows and is caused by some previous phenomenon. The magnetic effect was greater when the rod was lengthwise. Of a law, having legal validity. The law is still in effect. Produce. The central meaning or theme of a speech or literary work. An outward appearance. She retained that bold effect in her reproductions of the original painting. Act so as to bring into existence. Effect a change. An impression, especially one that is artificial or contrived. He just did it for effect. A symptom caused by an illness or a drug. The effects of sleep loss. The central meaning or theme of a speech or literary work. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The gist of the prosecutor's argument. A building dedicated to a particular activity. They were raising money to build a new center for research. The object upon which interest and attention focuses. His stories made him the center of the party. Direct one's attention on something. Move into the center. That vase in the picture is not centered. A cluster of nerve cells governing a specific bodily process. In most people, the speech center is in the left hemisphere. The sweet central portion of a piece of candy that is enclosed in chocolate or some other covering. Mercantile establishment consisting of a carefully landscaped complex of shops representing leading merchandisers. Usually includes restaurants and a convenient parking area, a modern version of the traditional marketplace. Equally distant from the extremes. A place where some particular activity is concentrated. They received messages from several centers. Football. The person who plays center on the line of scrimmage and snaps the ball to the quarterback. The center fumbled the handoff. A point equidistant from the ends of a line or the extremities of a figure. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. It is in the center of town. Center upon. Her entire attention centered on her children. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The piece of ground in the outfield directly ahead of the catcher. He hit the ball to deep center. American football. The position of the player on the line of scrimmage who puts the ball in play. It is a center's responsibility to get the football to the quarterback. A position on a basketball team of the player who participates in the jump that starts the game. Basketball. The person who plays center on a basketball team. Ice hockey. The person who plays center on a hockey team. Of or belonging to neither the right nor the left politically or intellectually. Politically moderate persons, centrists. The middle of a military or naval formation. They had to reinforce the center. The position on a hockey team of the player who participates in the face-off at the beginning of the game. A building dedicated to a particular activity. The object upon which interest and attention focuses. Direct one's attention on something. Move into the center. A cluster of nerve cells governing a specific bodily process. The sweet central portion of a piece of candy that is enclosed in chocolate or some other covering. A place where some particular activity is concentrated. A point equidistant from the ends of a line or the extremities of a figure. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. A low-lying region in central France. The hollow muscular organ located behind the sternum and between the lungs. Its rhythmic contractions move the blood through the body. He stood still, his heart thumping wildly. The courage to carry on. You haven't got the heart for baseball. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. They ran forward into the heart of the struggle. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The heart and soul of the Republican Party. The locus of feelings and intuitions. In your heart you know it is true. A positive feeling of liking. The child won everyone's heart. An inclination or tendency of a certain kind. He had a change of heart. A firm rather dry variety meat, usually beef or veal. A 5-pound beef heart will serve 6. A plain figure with rounded sides curving inward at the top and intersecting at the bottom, conventionally used on playing cards and valentines. He drew a heart and called it a valentine. A playing card in the major suit that has one or more red hearts on it. He led the Queen of Hearts. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The heart and soul of the Republican Party. With complete faith. She was with him heart and soul. Preoccupation with what concerns human inner nature, especially ethical or ideological values. Socrates' inwardness, integrity, and inquisitiveness. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. Preoccupation especially with one's attitudes and ethical or ideological values. The sensitiveness of James's characters, their seeming inwardness. The quality or state of being inward or internal. The inwardness of the body's organs. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The inner and usually edible part of a seed or grain or nut or fruit stone. Black walnut kernels are difficult to get out of the shell. A single whole grain of a cereal. A kernel of corn. Any of various squash plants grown for their elongated fruit with smooth dark green skin and whitish flesh. The fatty network of connective tissue that fills the cavities of bones. Large elongated squash with creamy to deep green skins. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. Very tender and very nutritious tissue from marrow bones. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The inner and usually edible part of a seed or grain or nut or fruit stone. The flesh of animals, including fishes and birds and snails, used as food. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. A small lump or protuberance. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The nub of the story. A small piece. A nub of coal. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. Remove the pith from a plant. Soft sponge-like central cylinder of the stems of most flowering plants. The property of holding together and retaining its shape. Considerable capital, wealth or income. The idea that is intended. What a communication that is about something is about. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. A particular kind or species of matter with uniform properties. Shigella is one of the most toxic substances known to man. Material of a particular kind or constitution. The immune response recognizes invading substances. The real physical matter of which a person or thing consists. DNA is the substance of our genes. Determine the sum of. Be a summary of. The abstract summarizes the main ideas in the paper. The final aggregate. The sum of all our troubles did not equal the misery they suffered. A set containing all and only the members of two or more given sets. The whole amount. A quantity of money. He borrowed a large sum. A quantity obtained by the addition of a group of numbers. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. Apply perfume to. She perfumes herself every day. Fill or impregnate with an odor. Orange blossoms perfumed the air in the garden. A toiletry that emits and diffuses a fragrant odor. A distinctive odor that is pleasant. The message that is intended or expressed or signified. The signification of Chinese characters. Rich in significance or implication. A meaning look. The message that is intended or expressed or signified. What is the meaning of this sentence? The idea that is intended. What is the meaning of this proverb? A meaning that is not expressly stated but can be inferred. The significance of his remark became clear only later. The message that is intended or expressed or signified. The significance of a red traffic light. The quality of being significant. Do not underestimate the significance of nuclear power. Having important effects or influence. A meaning that is not expressly stated but can be inferred. Indicate or signify. Commodities, goods or services, bought from a foreign country. The message that is intended or expressed or signified. The import of his announcement was ambiguous. An imported person brought from a foreign country. The lead role was played by an import from Sweden. Bring in from abroad. Transfer, electronic data, into a database or document. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. The state of being contented with your situation in life. He relaxed in sleepy contentedness. The amount that can be contained. What a communication that is about something is about. Satisfied or showing satisfaction with things as they are. A contented smile. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. Something, a person or object or scene, selected by an artist or photographer for graphic representation. Usually plural. Everything that is included in a collection and that is held or included in something. He emptied the contents of his pockets. Make content. I am contented. Satisfy in a limited way. He contented himself with 1 glass of beer per day. The proportion of a substance that is contained in a mixture or alloy, etc. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. Artifacts used in making your toilet, washing and taking care of your body. Artifacts used in making your toilet, washing and taking care of your body. Plural. The most basic facts or elements. He told us only the bare bones of the story. The essence that makes something the kind of thing it is and makes it different from any other. The essence that makes something the kind of thing it is and makes it different from any other. An evasion of the point of an argument by raising irrelevant distinctions or objections.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.